back to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. We are still in April 1, and as I said, this is going to be a bit of a contracty type one. We have course play running in field number 19. Is it 19? I can never remember the blooming numbers. Yes, 19, doing the rolling. I drove the headland because it misses the corners sometimes. So I thought, you know what, I should do that bit myself. Now, rather annoyingly, there was a lovely contract, and it would have paid us about 7 grand to plant sugar beet in field 16. So I thought, oh, we've still got our released planter. Went in there, swapped the seed round, took the fert out because we don't need it. And would it drill? Not having it at all. So, binned the contract off, returned the equipment, and we'll just... yeah, I don't know why. There was no warnings. We can put sugar beet in April. I did check. So yeah, don't actually know why it wouldn't do that. But yeah, bit annoying. But yeah, we'll play it as the farmer changed his mind. I think that's probably the safest bet. Yeah, I have no idea why. No idea at all. But yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bale contracts to do, which will bring us in a tidy amount. I guess really the aim is to hopefully get the loan cleared relatively quickly now, so that any money we make is effectively our own, if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. There's no mad rush, but yeah, nice easy work to well, somewhat easy work, and slight hiccup with the contract for the sugar beet, but other than that, a relatively easy start to an episode. Well, that's field 6 done as well. Trying to do these in a... well, I'm not trying to. I am doing them in an order that suits driving around the map. I mean, why would we not? So, if we take a... no. We sort of just cut here and then go right. And then hopefully just down the road, let's put some beacons on. There should be a bridge, and we can hop across to that field there. Haha, there is. Come on, little class, you can do it. Sit there rocking in my chair. Come on, move along. Look at this, though. It's beautiful. Right, so that's quite handy. We've got 2 quite close to each other, so that's good. Ah, yes, 18 and 20. Right, beacons off. Now, I mean, you might say, you're using the same piece of kit for multiple different contracts. Well, yeah, duh, why not? I just do it because of keep the cost down, make more money. Check which equipment you get in. If you get in this K-brand one, it'll do square and round bales, whereas some you get specific ones that'll do just round. So that, double check that, and then yeah, you're good to go. You know, it's not like there's multiple different farmers anymore, as in loads of different names. You've got the NPC names, haven't you now? So yeah, chances are we are doing contracts for the same person at some point. So that's my reasoning. Do with that what you will. But yeah, it's going alright. The rolling is continuing on. Keep getting notified of wage payments. Oof. Fancy having to pay people to do work for you. It is a disgrace. Haha. But yeah, I mean, this is just, we're just printing money at the minute. It's nice, steady work. I could actually put this on course play as well, but for the sake of, you know, just driving around a field, wrapping bales, it seems pointless to be paying the wage bill, so we shall do these ourselves. Well, I was just thinking to myself, this area looks quite familiar. Yes, that's because it's my farm. Ah, yeah, we can see the rolling in the distance. Very good. And I also remembered to empty the seed and the fert out of the planter before we returned it. Get me. I don't know why I've still got that header trailer. We really do not need it. Yes. So, one more field to do. Field 28. And then we can go through, claim all of the contracts, and then probably have a look, one, at paying some of the loan down, and two, am I going the right way? Yes. And two, see if there's any other jobs to be doing. Well, that is it for the wrapping contracts. So, if we... How's the rolling going? It's on the last headland, so hopefully it'll get this bit. I don't think it's going to get this. I don't know why it's not got that bit, but whatever, we can sort that. Anything of... Ooh. Now, that's bizarre. Field 16 was the one that we were trying to plant. So, yeah, I mean, tempted to maybe try that. We maybe have a look at the field first and check if this is the right piece of kit to do the job. And then go from there, I think. Right, so what were we doing? We could do some hoeing. We could just, yeah. That would be a decent little payday, all of those. So, yeah, sorted. Right. Let's have a collecting sesh. Yeah. Super. Right, what are we up to? 123. So 20 grand we've made effectively there. Right. Let's get back to... I think that's probably why it's missing bits, because it's of the slidey nature. How's it doing, though? It hasn't got much left, has it? We'll let that run. See, there you go. It's going to slide out again. Oh, dear. If I can get that bit, please. No? Alright, then. Right, so we can hop out here. Let's take a quick run to field 16, where we can see... So their weeds are small, so it is a weeder. So let's go into the right menu. Weeders, and it was that one. This week, pull out small grain weeds. Okay, so it's the right piece of kit. That is a good start. So let's do that. And then back to... in fact, let's do a refresh. So we'll just take this one, I think. Yes, we need to borrow the items. Thank you very much. Ah, and as if by magic. There we go. And the old burst tile that looks like it's going to topple over. Yeah, right. I shall get this set up. And I'll see you in a second. So there is something definitely not quite right with contracts, weeding. I don't know. We started at the bottom of the field, funnily enough, and that's how far we've got, and it came up straight away saying 90%. Now, unless it's working out the total area of the field, and then those individual little spots of weeds count as 10% left or 9% left of the field. That must be how that's worked out, I think. Yeah, if you sort of clumped all these together in one patch, would that be 10, 9, 8%, something like that? I don't know. But it's working and it's going up, so yeah, we'll just... it's a steady process. there's certainly going to be no rush with this one. But it's 6.5 grand with the lease fees, I guess you'd say, taken off. There we go. We probably do need to make sure that we get right into the corners, because I can imagine it being quite a picky blooming contract, this one. Yes, I'll get the headlands done, and then there won't be many up and down rows, so I'll catch you when we're onto those. Well, we haven't quite finished the headlands, but I'm going to bring it... I've started recording because we're up to 99%, so there you go. Job is a good one. We will, however, finish the field, just because, you know, we can. We're allowed to. What? Conscientiouscontractors.com. The courseplay is finished for the rolling. I think we're going to have to go back in and get that one little bit, but I think we should be good other than that. And then what we might do is sleep, check on the pigs, and then let's just make this turn. We can also then see what other contracts are about. So what I'll do is finish this. I will collect it, so we'll go up by just under 7 grand, I think it was. Finish the rolling, sleep, and I'll bring you back in April 2. So I hope you just caught the top right screen there. 80 piglets were born. That is pretty good. So yeah, 261 we've got now. Wow. That is pretty impressive. Food, okay, they're not too bad. Neither are they, to be fair. But what we should do is grab the... Oh, it's horrendous. We'll speed up the time just a little bit. If we can get this to burn off a touch. We'll grab the Fiat and the cattle trailer. Complete mind blank then. Shift the mouse out, get those into the other pen, and then we should be good to check the contracts. But yeah, this fog is really lingering around, which is not ideal. But yeah, hopefully it'll clear soon. So let's just do this and then floor it. Ah, just in time. Right, let's just knock the old time down so we don't completely lose the day. Go. And let's have a look at what we need to move. So let's look for the bores. All these lot, look. If all these get pregnant, we are going to be in trouble. Right, so you. They're not yous, I know. Ha ha. These Berkshires. Let's have a look. Berkshire bore. You. I'm not sure how many that was. How many? We're going to move 2 more. Let's scroll. Too fast. There we go. Grab another 2. Move selected. Yes. Lovely. Right. I'll get the rest of these little pigs moved. And yeah, then we'll take a look at some contracts to do, I think. So the last load is only a partial load, so 9 in total. So we did 2 loads of 13, so that's 26, 35 bores, which that's not a bad ratio, to be fair. We were at one point getting quite a few more males than female. So what I'm going to do is park this down the side of the shed, out of the way. Now, I've just looked at how much slurry and manure we've got. So what I think we're going to do is, and I haven't tried this yet, is hopefully we can refill that tanker, take it to the BGA, and it hopefully will allow us, fingers crossed, to dump it in. Now, if it doesn't, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. We'll have to abandon that plan, but it's worth a try because we've got something like 100 and something thousand litres. So, yeah, I think it's worth a go. And then we know we can do the manure because there's a trigger. Aha, saving. There we go. Thanks very much. Come on. Back a bit more. There we go. Right. I shall fill this up and I shall see you at the BGA. We are not at the BGA. We are still filling up. This is really slow. And look at the movement on the tanker. It has a mind of its own. That is very bizarre. Right, finally. Now, if this doesn't unload, I will be apoplectic with rage. I won't. I won't at all. I should just be. I'll be slightly miffed. Right, gap in the bush there. Yes. That beacon's on. Power. Okay, so moment of true getting. Love it. Ah, and it dumps so much quicker. Aha. Perfect. So it's only going to take us 56 million hours to load the tanker up however many times we need, which I think was about 10. Was it 10? 18,000 litres. Doop-a-doop-a-doo slurry. So, no, another 8. No, less than that. 5 or 6. Right, I think what we'll do, for the sake of my sanity and yours, is we'll do the manure instead. And I shall shift the slurry off camera. So, I shall drop this off and grab the trailer, fill it up, and see you back at the BGA. But whilst that is dumping, what we should do is slurry. Why is it distributing? Storing. There we go. Storing and manure. Activate that as well. The potatoes are still going through. 28,000 litres of digestate, 28,000 litres of electric charge, and nearly 900 litres of methane. Or methane. Right. Lovely jubbly. I shall go and grab the remaining. There's not much. Few thousand litres of manure maybe, and then we'll get that tipped, and I think we are in a really good place. 130 grand, another 80 piglets to add to the total. Yeah, life is good. So we had just under 7,000 litres of we're gonna get around there. Oh, just good old chunky tyres. So what we need to do now is give this a rinse, give it a bit of a swill out, and yeah, that'll be us for the episode. So I'm not going to bore you with me jet washing a trailer, but I will do it, I promise. But yes, thank you all very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been, you know, a little bit back and forth, but nevertheless, we are making progress still. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Welcome back. the Klein Friesland and the Dutch Pig Farmer series. We are into May, as you will see. It's a bit of a damp one. We've had 12 piglets born, so not too many to be moving around. So we just need to find the boars, because we're trying to keep on top of moving them. There we go. There we go. Where are you? Come on. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move selected. There we go. I think that is all the ones we need to move for now. So the plan really is just to try and get through time relatively quickly. There is not a lot to be doing other than moving piglets and keeping the cows fed. The pigs fed. We are going to need to buy grain, probably in the form of wheat, chicken feed. That works absolutely fine, and is probably the easiest way we could do it. Now, we could put in a buy anything silo, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, it would make life easier, and I suppose you could say that we were you know, getting it delivered in and then unloading from that, and we pay as we go sort of thing. It might make life easier. It might make life... Whoa. Tractor's thirsty. Come on, there we go. Right. So, let's get that parked up there. Engine off. Find the tractor we want. And we will get some grain, get the pigs all fed, topped up, and we'll move through time. Well, to save my sanity, we have been out the game, found this lovely pack by, again, Omatana. Ah, bless her. She really does come to the rescue with mods. So we just paid $5 grand for 15,000 litres a week. We've gone for... This is a pack where you can... There's 3 different types of silo. Well, actually there's 6. 3 different styles, and you have a cheap version of the 3. So therefore 3 cheap, 3 normal. I've gone for the normal one. Keep things relatively legitimate. It's just going to make life easier, and that's what it's about. It's not about having to sit there and keep pressing the R key however many times to, you know, top up the unload the bags. Now this is the silo that we want, isn't it? Let's just double check. Yes it is, although I do think, yeah, both need, so we could probably do half and half, I think. So let's get tipping. We'll do the same for, probably do a trailer load of corn, and then that should be good, and then we can skip through the old time a little bit. Boom. Oh, look at that. Hang on. That's more luck than judgment. Right. I will get the pigs fed, and then we will sleep again, and I'll bring you back hopefully when we've got something a little bit more viewer friendly to do. So into May 3 we have fed the pigs a little bit. They didn't need too much, a little bit top up. We have bought ourselves 1,500 litres of herbicide because our corn field is riddled with weeds. So yeah, this is the plan. We're going to get this done and then we'll take it from there. Now, it's been a while since I've done any recording. If you are on Discord, you will know that one has been busy decorating and getting the I'm not going to call it a studio. It's the second bedroom. Well, it's not a bedroom. It's got 2 desks in it, and yes, it's used for recording. And Mrs. Kartik does a bit of crafting every now and again, and but it needed a bit of a spruce up, and that has been done. And it looks rather good, if I do say so myself. And we now have the 3 monitors set up. I'm very, very pleased with it. Just a sort of mount that you can, a very robust mount actually, I have to say, that you screw to the base of the desk, and then there's like a few sections of poles, and then yeah, the monitor arm, and it's really good. I'm very impressed with it, and it didn't break the bank. I think it was about probably 20 between 20 and 30 pounds. But yeah, very pleased with it, and it does look nice. But yeah, in between the decorating, there was a few little trips happened. Visited Diddley Squat Farm and the Farmer's Dog pub with some friends. We didn't eat in the pub itself, but yeah, we sat in the, I guess you'd call it a beer garden. Weather was glorious, and the beer, as Mr. Clarkson says, is bleep good beer. Yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, it's nice to experience it. I mean, the pub is beautiful. It really is lovely. I don't necessarily think the TV show does it justice. It's all just really nicely done. And I have to say, the staff, I mean, there's loads of staff, all so pleasant and helpful, and it was really refreshing. It's just, yeah, I don't know, you don't normally, I don't know, they were all relatively young, and I'm not knocking that generation, I suppose you'd say. It makes me sound so old. But yeah, all very polite, helpful, couldn't do enough for you, so yeah, very, very good. So yeah, so that was my week, getting the decorating done, and a few little visits out, but it was good. It was nice to just chill and I suppose have a break from work, I suppose. But yeah, all good. It was yeah, a very pleasant week, all in all. But yes, back to the grind, so to speak. Now, I'm not sure. We will need to do that run, won't we? Will we? We'll see. We'll see if we need to do that. So we have swapped the tyres on the old Steyr for some narrow ones, as you would do. This is the only field that we have got to spray, and I should probably address the the elephant in the room, which is the weather. I don't even know what this weather is. It seems like a light rain, but there's nothing showing in the forecast. I have done the old console command to reload the weather, and it stays sunny for about a minute, and then it does this again. Yeah, we'll class it as light rain, but it is a little bit random. I thought, as we were driving down, I noticed the BGA in the distance and realised that I haven't checked it since I've come back into the game, and we were full on electric charge. So I have sped up the time. There we go. Nice bit of money in, and we're going to have a little quick save as well. There we go. Jobs are good. And yes, so the electric charge was full. So 32,000 in, not bad at all. We'll knock the time down to ×5. That seems an appropriate speed. So that's all going to carry on processing. We have still got slurry and I'm going to say potatoes in there. I think we still have. I'll have a look in a second once we get back on the old GPS line. There we go. And put cruise control on. Let's have a quick look. There we go. So yeah, we've got manure, potatoes. No, we haven't. That was it. Manure and slurry still processing through. So that's pretty good. That's going to bring us in, hopefully, another chunk of cash. But yeah, this weather is just very random. I have, like I say, I have no idea. I don't even know if it's going to show up on the recording. No, it does at certain angles, yeah. It just seems like a fine... It's that fine rain. It soaks you right through. If you know that reference, then leave it in the comments below. I dread to think how many years old that is now. But yes, showing my age. So we are nearly done. Yeah, we're not going to go back for that little bit there. Even I can let that bit run. There we go. Then we'll turn off and hold that back up. There we go. Let's make sure we don't clobber any trees. Perfect. Lovely jubbly. Now, I haven't looked at the contracts actually yet today, so we'll park this back up. We'll drop the sprayer off. There you can see the old... it's not even old, is it? It's perfectly fine liquid fertilizer. So what we'll do is we'll leave that attached for now, actually, just because no need to faff. So let's have a look at some contracts, shall we? Let's get that there. And yes, it's that one. Oh, bale wrapping. Get in. Lovely jubbly. Fertilising, hoeing. Mowing and mowing. Feathering, no. Weeding, no. No, slow. I think we're going to take these 4 bale wrapping contracts. So we'll get those done. What I do want to look at is, I can't remember, 100 grand left to pay off of the loan. Okay, maybe we try and get that down a little bit in this episode. Right, I will sort out the equipment for the bale wrapping and I'll see you in the field. Well, it hardly seems 3 bales in field 26. And that will give us about a good 1,300 quid, I think it was. I've said it before, and I shall say it again. Bale wrapping is the way to make cash really quickly. It's just, I don't, yeah, you know, see, I think this tractor and wrapper cost us 640 moment 640 euros to lease, I guess you'd say, as part of the contract, which in the grand scheme of things, when you're using it across 4 contracts, is negligible. Look at me with the big words. You know, you can say, oh, it's cheating. Oh, no. The game lets you do it. If you were, you know, you could do, I suppose you could say, well, we could just use the equipment if it's the same person we're contracting for. But, you know, it's a small, tight-knit community here on Klein Friesland, and they just share equipment as and when is necessary. You can justify things any way you want, and it's all about playing the game how you want, isn't it? You know, judge people, you know, if you wish, but yeah, none of that here. Love just, yeah, making a fair old bit of cash. I mean, that looks like one of our fields there. the state of it with all the withered and bits and the patches. Right, I am rambling. I shall see you when we finish in field 5. Well, that has taken 14 minutes in real life. See, like I say, you just can't knock them. You can't knock these contracts. So, what we can do is, as soon as that is finished... I do love these machines. They're very clever. Done. Right. So, back into contract menu, and we shall... Yeah, so €640 for that equipment. Job is a good one, 165. So let's pay, I reckon, not that one, it's this one. I reckon we'll pay 50, yeah, 50 grand off. There we go. Job is a good one. So 50 grand left to pay, 115 in the bank. We could pay it all off, but I like to have a bit of a float, especially now we're having to purchase food for the pigs, etc., etc. And the weather is still bizarre. I just, yeah, I don't know. But that is it for this episode. Big shout out to the YouTube channel members and the Patreons. Thank you all very much for your continued support. Hope you've all enjoyed this episode. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing. And I shall catch you all in the next one. Take care. Welcome back to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. Now, I was intending to bring you back when we were ready to harvest. But, two things. To quote Disturbed, there is always two things. One, fields are not yet ready to harvest, so that kind of scuppered that plan. And we'd had a few more births. I had been moving the boars, as we do, and I went to move another load, and the trailer was still full. Now, I could have sworn that I unloaded them into the pen. However, it doesn't tell you that the pen is full, which is a nice problem to have. However, we are not currently in a position to purchase. Well, we are and we aren't. I don't really want to start feeding another pen just yet. So we're going to sell some of our older pigs. Spoiled Pilgrim. This was picked up by Smock Farmer in one of the episodes last week. Yeah. Yeah, how do we know he's spoiled? And again, how do we know he's a pilgrim? But that all said, we are going to sell all of those. So that's a tidy amount. Now, I know we are buying food. However, it should at least offset itself slightly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a few loads. We'll probably take the ones that are only over €1,000. And then what we'll do is I've had to move some into the sort of the secondary pen, and we'll move those in. So we haven't got to feed in the new pen just yet until we've got through harvest. And then hopefully we should be in a position where we don't have to buy as much food. So I shall carry on, move a few more pigs to the sell point, and yeah, I'll come back to you in a little while. This is the 4th load and probably final load for today. Ah, there we go. That's it. Move some. Oh, you donut. Ah, select all. Move selected. There we go. No. Huh? That is picking up where we were. That's a little bit strange. Okay, we'll head back up to the farm and we'll try that again. Well, let's give this another go. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Load onto, sell from. There we go. There we go. Sell selected. 20. I'm going to call that 21. Beautiful. Lovely jubbly. So, that has made some space. Now, I know it's counterintuitive when we've got a target of 1,000 pigs. Oh, that's the sign on the bollard. Drive up the fence instead. But I hope my logic makes sense. Spending what would probably be 20k. No, maybe not that much. Maybe 10, 12k on food when there is money to be made. Why is that doing that? There we go. To me, it's a no-brainer. So we're not far off harvest. We will... Oh, I know why it's doing that. I've just reloaded the game because I couldn't get it to work. So yeah, the stuttering. Apologies for that. I probably should have waited, but I want to crack on. What was I saying? Yes, we're not far from harvest. The plan now will be to get to harvest. If we need to buy food, we've got money in the bank. Yeah, so that's my logic. And, you know, it kind of works in my head at least. If we take a look at our monitor, as in not the monitor that I can see in front of me, but the monitor for the pigs, we are at 476, which is pretty darn good. And we must have sold 4 loads, 13 a pig, so that's 40, 52. So we would have been up near 500, if not slightly over. So that's pretty darn good. Now, food-wise, 10,000, 8,000, 15, 16, 7, 13, 13, 11. So base food potentially is going to need topping up and maybe some grain in this shed. But I think what we'll do is we'll have a run to our sleep trigger. Sleep until probably we will just go day by day, I think. I'd like to get in this position, have a look out because you can see what the weather's doing. And then we'll, yeah, sleep by day, just to make sure the pigs don't go hungry. And then hopefully we'll get through to August and we can start harvest. So let's get some sleeps. Well, we are through to August the 1st. And this is less than ideal. What? This is the last thing that we need. I mean, you can't knock it, can you? Well, you can knock it because it's really bloody frustrating. But yeah, I wonder if instead of just sat there looking at it, if we start irrigating, will that put it out? Don't know if it will or not. But it's working its way nicely through the field. How delightful of it. Come on, please, put it out. Let's speed up time a little bit. See if the moisture coming into the field does anything. It is very dry, even though we had rain through the night again. Come on. Failing that, I'm really not sure how we deal with it. But yeah, this is not... I mean, with it's patchy enough as it is. But yeah, come on. The moisture just keeps dropping again. I wonder if it's worth getting the sprayer. I mean, come on, please just burn out. They normally just burn out on the grass fields when I've seen them. But yeah, come on. It's actually spreading. Let's grab... We're going to have to grab the cultivator, I think. Right. The mission put the fire out is underway. Right, so I don't know if this is going to work, but... No, is it putting it out? Surely that can't go anywhere now. Oh my word. What if we drive over there? Oh my days, what are we going to do? I am fast running out of ideas. I might just let it burn, to be honest. It's just... Oh! That seemed to peter out then. Peter. Hello, Peter. No, can't work out if it's getting less or if it's just spreading. Lower the cultivate. There a second. I thought that cultivating it would remove it. But I'm sure I've seen that written down. Right, that bit's gone. This is just... I mean, I get it. But the only downside to Arrow's mods is the lack of instructions and sort of not how-tos, but just pointers. You know, not everybody can read XML and code and all that lot, but it would help. It would help. Now it just seems to be coming back. Come on. This is just so upsetting. I mean, and it would be, you know. But, you know, me putting a pretend fire out in a pretend field is... I am not saying it is anywhere near the stress and destruction, yeah, that would happen in real life. Now that seems to be petering out again. So if we grab that there, so it doesn't, so it can't spread anywhere potentially. Does it then just die off? But no, this one seems to be coming back this way again. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. We are going to go and harvest our barley field. Well, I did have to walk away from the PC momentarily. Yeah. I don't know. I want your advice. Let's have a little bit of a answer in the comments, shall we? Do we keep realistic weather, or do we just get rid of it? Let me know. I'm 50-50 at the minute. After that little episode, and I'm sure I've read that cultivation does remove it, but yeah, as you can see, it's still going. But we have a bright new... Oh, we don't have a new... It's not new at all. See, I'm all flustered now. I'm all flustered. We have a shiny, clean, repaired combine. So, let's do some harvesting, shall we? We need to make sure we drop the straw. Disable straw crop, that's fine. I have not only installed now, well, not installed, activated Simple Inspector. Thank you, Smock. But I have also added in... Oh, get that around there. Stock combine. Just because I don't pay attention as much as I should do. I know you will be shocked to hear that. But oh, I'll tell you what we need to do as well. We need to clear the yield map. How to beat? Why? Oh, you do it. Oh my days! You do it there. That one. That's it. Clear. Clear. Why are you not clearing? Clear. Am I? Am I being thick? Why will it not click? Hold on a minute. Oh, it has. Clear yield. You absolute donut. There we go. Right, now we are good to go. Goodness me. See, told you, I'm all flustered. I'm all of a tiz. But yeah, I have to say, I like things like that, but when there's no real, well, there isn't any sort of instruction or anything like that, it's difficult, you know. Come on, lower down. There we go. It's difficult to know how to do something. Like with the hay, when I was trying to do that, it lets it down. Realistic livestock, you can kind of work out, and that's a little bit simpler. But where there's so many different things with the weather, yeah, it really is. It is tricky. But yeah, let me know what you reckon in the comments. We're just gonna crack on. I'm not bothered about the moisture. You know, I'm just at the point where it's like, we are just gonna get the field done, and move forward with our farm sim lives. So I'll bring you back now just so you can see the stock combine in action. There you go. Oh, it stops. It stops on a dime. The other thing I like is it stops the straw swath. I know that's probably not overly realistic. However, it stops the big mounds that you get. So we now need this bad boy. But yeah, that's pretty good. We're not even a full way round, so no, we don't have much in the hopper, much of a capacity in the combine, but still, impressive yield so far. Well, third unload complete, which I think is alright. It's not too shabby at all. There's only so much you can do with the sword types, isn't there? So, you know, dark green in places, not so green in others, but hey ho. So this week saw the update 1.11? 1.11? Yeah, it was. Which caused issues. Let's put it that way. Now, luckily for me, yeah, luckily, I didn't experience any of that. I have not been on the game until Friday, which is today. And yeah, I'd had my head in Schedule 1 again. The update got released to Steam rather than the, I don't know, what would you call it, beta branch, I suppose, of the cartel update. Very, very cool, and just so addictive. Yeah, really, really got back into it. I hadn't played it for months, but really, really got back into it. Yeah, so I hadn't played on it, so yeah, did manage to get the game updated this morning, and yeah, just thought, you know what, I need my farm sim fix as well, and that's what I like about the game. You can pick it up, you can leave it, and you know, it just, yeah, it apart from fires in fields, it's still just as enjoyable. But yes, anyway, the update broke build mode, or sorry, at least there were conflicts with mods or whatever. So, you know, it's let's get that on. We will just drive this one, I think. But to be fair, there was a patch, you know, out very quickly from Giants, so you can't knock them for that. And they can't test everything with every single mod, so let's give them a bit of let's cut them a bit of slack Today has also seen the release of the Mercedes-Benz DLC info sheets, I guess you'd call it. That comes out on the 9th, I believe. If you want to grab yourself a copy, if you like what you see, then please consider using code CARTECH when you purchase from Giants. That would be epic. Don't forget as well, G-Portal partner. So please, you know, if you want a server, they're there for you as well. And also Licked, of course. We cannot forget Licked if you want your music licenses. So I think what the plan is going to be is, because this episode has not quite gone to plan with the old fire, I am going to say that we'll turn that off, that we're going to leave it here for this episode. I will carry on recording. We'll do the next episode straight away. Might do the headlands and then we'll crack back in, but yeah, just trying to keep these, you know, short, sharp, sweet-ish episodes. But yes, thank you all very, very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Welcome back, yet again, to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. So, few moments after finishing the last episode, we are continuing. Those few moments were spent with the sprayer on the back of the steyr, filled with water, attempting to put out our fire in field 19, but to no avail. I think, having thought about a scenario where we don't necessarily lose, there should be an insurance mod. Maybe there's something I could work out, you know, the area lost versus, well, I don't know, yeah, recompense possibly. But yes, we won't talk about that anymore. Anyway, we are continuing where we left off, like I said, with the harvest of the first barley field. Whether we should get it all done today. We should get it all done today. I am hopeful. It will then need to be baled, and then it will need to be ploughed, as we learnt from the canola field previously. If we don't do that, it doesn't get rid of the stubble, and then we end up with a patchy crop right from the get-go. The go-go. It's a little bit delirious. So yes, we'll need to plough it. Well, we'll mulch it, we'll plough it, we'll cultivate it possibly, or we'll just grab our drill and stick something else in here. We will see how we get on. But yes, so we are cracking on. I can't grumble too much. Things are going well. Like I said, I'm not advancing any time. We haven't got any more piglets, so I've sort of left that for now. I did notice that they could do with some... what could they do with? Let me have a look. Some protein, some sunflowers, or canola, or something like that. So we need to sort that, because yes, that's not good, is it? We don't want that at all. What I might do is get to, when the combine's full, we will grab some sunflowers, probably, I think, and yeah, we'll get that lack of protein addressed. So protein problem, I can't think of another P, fixed. And opening up fields. So this, I always quite like this because it's a good straight run through the field, and you kind of get to see roughly where the edges of the soil map changes. I know you can see it around the headlands, but I like to see it right through, so you can see the swathe of not so good soil that we're going through currently. But like I said, can't change it. It is what it is. Now we've got, at the minute, I haven't got it at the engine switched on. Probably about 20-ish thousand litres at the moment. So not a great deal considering how much the pigs are eating per day. But it is what it is, and you know, at some point we will reach that 1,000 pigs. We will. Oh, we will. I'm not leaving until we've reached it. Which I can hear them going, oh, that's really going to be great viewing. But no, joking apart, they are starting to really crack on now, which is good. What we want and what we need. This fire is still going. I just need to forget about it now and just stop mentioning it. Just move along, move on with the harvest, and you know, we might get a payout. Who knows? Whatever. Just I'm sure the answers will be given in the previous video as to what we do with realistic weather. So I won't see it until that would be Wednesday next week, which should work with the recording schedule. Should. We now need to back up, and we are going to have to open up the field horseplay style, I like to call it. There we go. Should be plenty. So let's turn that off, lift that up, open that, and we will just reverse touch. Plenty of space. Right, 28,000 litres. So that was only 8,000 litres out. You know, what's 8,000 litres between friends? Oh dear, it's turning out to be one of those afternoons. So what I am considering is, and this is purely to make my life easier, is leasing a big windrow. And we'll run around the field, hopefully pull in at least two, possibly 3 swaths in, and then bale it and do that way. I think that's probably a reasonable idea, because I don't really want to be going up and down so much. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Right, that's still got a bit left in it, but we can go and tip this. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll get the field, finish the harvesting, we'll lease the windrower, don't even look at it, and then we'll get that done, then we can get that baled, because then I could set a worker potentially doing the ploughing, whilst we then move on to the next field for the harvest. That sounds like a cunning plan. Now I just want to see solo. No, oh, it's picking up the. Oh no, here we go. Use capacity tech. What? You know what? We'll just see if we can dump it in here. Come on, get in. Why am I not? Oh, I've still got flight mode enabled. Goodness sake, man. Goodness sake, man. Off, thank you. Get in. There we go. Right. Let's just get this tipped. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So 37,000 litres so far. Hopefully we end up with a decent amount. I'm going to guess probably 45,000 litres. Yeah. See how we get on. So field finished. Let's grab the last Few hundred litres. Yeah, it's not going to be a lot. Super. 13,000 on top of 37. That's 47. 50,000 litres. That ain't bad. I'm pleased with that, I think. Yeah. Plus, we've got another field to do as well. Oh yeah, that's pretty darn good, that. Hopefully, we've got enough space to break to get all of it in here. And then we can move the combine. Yeah, 50,708 litres. Blooming marvellous. Right, so that can stay there. We can shift the combine off the field. In fact, we can take it. We shall park it just this patch behind us. I think we shall fold it up. Go, lower the header. Turn the engine off. Right. I shall sort ourselves a windrower. We'll grab a tractor, which will probably help. And yeah, we'll get this road up and then probably start the baling. Well, this is working blooming marvellously. My genius knows no bounds. Oh dear, I wish that was true. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Come on, lift her up. So this... Right, so this costs 4-ish thousand euros to drive into a tree. But for me, it's the old time versus effort. Time versus effort? Time versus effort versus reward, I suppose you could say. You know, for spending however much time we would spend. Yeah, will we get 3 up this way? Yes. Yes, we will. The time we spend going up and down and up and down and up and down, if we can go up and down 4 times rather than, let's pick a number, 10, 12, 15, that for me is a lot better. So yeah, probably a waste of money, but for me, speeds things up. And yeah, quite like do something a bit different with stuff. You know, we haven't done any grass work on here for ourselves. That is, yes, I know there's been plenty of contracts. That again, I haven't looked at. We won't be bothering with any harvest ones. That's for certain. But yeah, yeah, I'm liking the idea of this. You know. And like I say, 3 into 1. Yeah, can't really knock that, can we? Shouldn't take long to do, and then the baling can commence. We will have a look at how much straw is in the animal pens, and then there's obviously potential then to stay out the ditch. Go to. A bit through the BGA, he says. I'm pretty sure it does take. Oh yes, it does. Of course it does. We're out of slurry. That can come off. We do move in some spuds over at some point, but again, decent amount of electric charge, which is good. I haven't checked the slurry levels in the pens for a while, or the manure for that fact, but come on, there we go. But yeah, we can always move some more across if we need to. A nice passive income. There's also the honey, which I keep driving past when I go top the water up, or grab some potatoes, or grab some, what we're growing, sunflowers. And it is starting to mount up, so we need to have a look at that, because that could be a little injection of cash towards food, towards paying off the loan. But yeah, probably need to look at that at some point in the very near future. Or something that I've just realised we talked in the last episode, about the update, and one of the elements of the changelog was the improved swath visuals, I guess you'd say. Now they're not sort of like loading partially in, then as you get close, as you get closer, it seems better. It's not 100% yet, and I don't know if that's my PC. Let's just try not to ruin all of the swath. There we go. Or whatever, but yeah, it's better. It's much better. Look, you can see all the way down there, and then they sort of want to render in a little bit. Come on, come on. Wait for the bottom one to drop. There we go. See if we can catch all of that. Not quite, but we can. I'm sure we'll manage to drag the beta over that at some point. But yeah, it is improved, I think. Again, possibly my graphic settings are not ideal, but yeah, there we go. And the other thing that I want to clarify is I'm not hating on Arrow. Sort of choked a bit on my own saliva then, apologies. But yeah, I'm not hating on Arrow at all for his mods. I just, yeah, I wish there was a little bit more of an explanation. You know, what he brings to the game is fantastic. The livestock mod, I love it. It's how farm sim should be. You know, surely with the rating that there is, you can, come on, there we go, you can get away with having male and females. There's no, you know, it's not graphic or anything like that, what goes on. So I don't know, but maybe I'm not up on the ratings and how they get dealt with, but yeah, you'd think there'd be some level of, you know, you can do this if you're not actually showing anything. I don't know. Now, there is a mod that I forgot to load in, which, and I haven't looked at it, so I can't fully describe it to you, but it brings back the old shop menu where you go in and you can sell your vehicles from there rather than having to go into here and then find the one that you want. So I'll try and remember to add that in for next time. So that is what we used. We used it for 0.1 of an hour. There we go. Super. That has gone. I probably should have kept it for the other field, but with it being smaller, we might get away with just going up and down. So, come on, Voucher, get into gear. There we go. Ooh, beautiful. Right. So now, with any luck, baling should be a little bit easier. Well, it's the madness in my method in my madness is working absolutely brilliantly. It's just so much quicker. Yeah, love it. If only we'd have added a massive windrow at the start of the series, then we would have saved ourselves 5,000 euros. But we didn't, and that's very cheaty, so we won't do that now. I'm going to come and grab this little bit here, just to annoy people. There we go. But, yeah, decent amount of bales. Let's get that lifted up. So, in the next episode, which could potentially be August 2, we will get the other barley field done. We will have cleared the bales off of this field so that the ploughing can commence. And then we've got the canola to harvest. And then we could probably advance through until we get to the corn harvest, I think. Now, depending on the amount of births that we get, we will need to look at opening up the other silo. Well, obviously we will, because we'll never get to 500 with a 750 capacity, will we? Silly boy. Get to 500? Get to 1,000, sorry. So, yeah, we'll need to use some of this grain. Maybe buy a load of corn. We've got sunflowers and we've got plenty of sugar beet and potatoes. So from that point of view, getting the other barn set up is not a problem. We'll have the straw. We don't need water. Oh, missed a bit. Missed a bit. Ugh. And yeah, maybe we do that so we don't have to sell any more animals. But then again, it's that double-edged sword of they actually bring in a fair bit. So we'll see. We'll just play it by ear. I wasn't intending to do it in the last episode, so I thought I need some space. I haven't got the money really to all the crops. I haven't got the money or the crops to start the other shed up yet. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Really, that's just kind of the way I'm taking this series now. We're moving at a decent pace. We are getting up there with the numbers of pigs now. I would say next round of births will be well over 500. So if you think about it, in the space of what, 3, maybe 4 episodes, we've jumped up 200 pigs, and that is the level that it's going to stay at, and it's only going to get more prolific, which is good. You know, we don't want to be doing this forever, do we? Really? And I just, yeah, you know, well, we can see then what to do next, but it's a while off yet. And I almost don't want it to end because I am really enjoying this map. Yeah, you know, but you know, like the old saying is, all good things must come to an end. And on that note, see what I did there? That is the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like always, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care. Welcome back to the Dutch Pig Farm series here on Klein Friesland. So, you will see to our right we have ploughed, or mulched, ploughed, cleared the field, cultivated it, ready for drilling. Now the reason that I ploughed it is because we had the issue in the previous canola field where it just wouldn't seed certain patches. The other thing is realistic weather has been removed. The sort of resounding feedback comments was that it needs to go until there's either an update to it or some documentation. It's just sort of a bit too difficult to work out. So that has been done. Now it's had no effect on the fields. They all are still a little bit patchy and whatnot, which you would expect. So yeah, from that point of view, it looks no different, but we will not be having fires. We can take tedding missions and all that good stuff. So our harvest in field 15 is nearly complete. I've done the majority of this, as you'll see, off camera, just because I wanted to get through and you know, what's the word, harvest the canola field. So I thought, yeah, we did the barley in the previous episode, so yeah, all good. What I will do also is, what we'll do after this, I'm just thinking. We are in the planting window, so we will harvest the canola field next, and then we will get the baling done, whether that's shown on camera or done in between recordings. Is yet to be decided, but we will get it sorted, and then we can start drilling in August and maybe into September, depending on how we go. So let's get the old auger out, turn off the harvester. Probably not going to make it round, no chance. And we'll see how much we end up with. I can't remember what we've got in here so far. 24,000 litres are we going to get, ish? Roughly. Yeah, man. Let's get it tipped. 23,808, which is not too shabby. So, what we'll do is I will head over to the Canadian Field. We'll make a start on that, and yeah, I'll catch up with you very shortly. So, first headland. I don't know why I clicked my teeth then. I do apologise. So yeah, first headland. Goodness knows what this is going to be like. It's one of the patchiest fields I think I've ever seen in FS. So yeah, not holding out a great deal of hope. Now, work this week has been incredibly busy, and I don't actually know how much time I'm going to get to I don't like saying make content, but yeah, make videos. So yeah, you'll have to bear with. You know, gotta do the proper job, so to speak. But we I don't know. It's hard to call. Depending on how long things take, etc. You know, this shouldn't take us too long, so we might be able to do a couple of shorter episodes. We'll have to see how things pan out, but the yield so far is looking half decent. I do like the fact that we haven't got to worry now about the moisture and all that jazz. Like I said in previous episodes, don't get me wrong, Arrow is a very, very clever modder. Just wish there was some simple instructions, maybe just some notes. We were talking about it on Discord yesterday. You know, just things like how to put out a fire, or you know, heading of hay takes 2-3 hours to dry, you know, gotta be this temperature, that sort of thing. Yeah, but yeah, you know, we've still got realistic livestock, which has had an interesting update. I haven't installed it yet. I want to get my head around it. But now you can artificially inseminate animals. I'm assuming it's all animals. I've only seen it on the fact that you can do it for cows, but I would assume it is a generic across the board for every animal type, and diseases. So hopefully it's implemented in a way that you can, I don't know whether they're selectable, or like you can turn it on and off, I mean, or it's, you know, once you've downloaded that update, they are in there and your animals are subject to disease. I don't know, I haven't looked properly at it, but yeah, I'll try and get some time to maybe load it into a test save or a personal save, and yeah, give it a go from there. But for now, we're just going to crack up as we are. We're doing all right. Had to feed the pigs a little bit, just because I wasn't sure if I was going to advance to the next day, but seeing as the light's good, we can carry on and yeah, get our harvest done in August 1. So, that being said, I shall crack on, and I'll see you in a little while. While the curse of the rapidly fading light has struck us again, to the point where I've slowed the time right down. I have been and done the baling in that time, and collected all that, so it's not been a complete waste of time. I did have a little bit of time where I wasn't able to record. Let's leave it at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this, and then I will come back to you in the morning, we'll have a look at how much we got, and probably need to check on the pigs for food, etc. And we'll go from there. We might be able to get a bit of field prep done. So, yeah, I'll catch you in the morning. Well, things are really ramping up. Overnight, we had 201 piglets spawn. Wow. 48 of which were removed due to overcrowding. Now, I think what we're going to have to do is spend some cash. Well, actually, no. We may... Well, start again. That bit again. We might need to spend a little bit on food. But we do need to now set up... Straw bales in the way. The second pen over in the distance. So, I think that's probably what we're going to do for the remainder of the episode. So, what we can do is we will... How are we going to work this? We're going to unload the straw, which frees up the trailer. Well, we can then drop the trailer off, grab the feed trailer, which is in the shed here, get that set up. We'll put some straw in as well, and then we can just move a load over. Not quite sure how I'm going to differentiate between the females, which wants to move. I'll think about that. I mean, it might be that we put one boar in with the other shed potentially. That might work. But yeah, right. Let's clear some stuff away and yeah, set the other shed up. So I did forget to say, and I do apologise, that we got, I think it was 21,000 litres of canola off of the field. Go. So this is the last load of food to go in here. I've bought 2 loads of corn. 2 loads of corn? Yeah, 2 loads of corn. One for here, one for the main shed. So once we've done this, what I think I'm going to do is, because I want to move all of the piglets that are, well, the pigs that are too young to breed, I think is probably going to be the best plan. So we're going to use the herdsman stick, because we can move more animals in one go. So we'll just drop the trailer there. Lovely. We need the weight on the back of this, and we need the bale grab. Super. So let's get this lowered down and tab to the right implement. There we go. Right. We will just attach the bale grab for now, and then I will grab the herdsman stick, and I'll see you when we start to transfer the piglets, I think. Go, lift that up. Jobs are good and right. Let's grab the stick. So with herdsman stick in hand, we should be able to... Aha, yes. Right, so we need any newborns, so we can work that off. How old are you? Let's get quite a few of these. Who can start to... That's fine. Get all the really, really young ones, I think. Going to be the best option. And then if by any chance they do get to an age where they can breed, then and only then will we stick a boar in with them. I mean, rate that we're going, if that's 200 piglets been born, then, you know, we lost 48, which is a shame. But what I'm saying is, the way the numbers are going, we might not need 6 months but we'll see. So I shall go through and fill up my cane. Yeah, just double check in. And I'll see you when we are nearly done moving all the pigs. So another 83. We've already moved 91, I think. No, not just move select. There we go. We'll get the hang of this point. So we've got 174 there. So that's okay. Now what I want to do is just check. So this has got 250 in. How is that full? Really? Is it? I don't know why I'm looking in here because I can't see. I didn't think we'd got that many. Okay. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. Yeah. Okay, so... Decisions. Let's just do something a second. So, if we apply all the monitors, apply all, and we got 326, that's 576, 676, 680, 750, 750, 750, 760, something like that. That's pretty good. So what I might do is I'm torn whether to construct another pen for the males. I think we might need to, so I'm going to carefully put this down here so it doesn't drop through the floor. Let's do one thing. Let's just save the game and have a look at which pens we've got. Construction, animals, pigs. So we don't need, there's fenceless or with auto water. We could assume that they would be kept in by the moat. I think what we could do is if we turn on snapping, we put that, say, there. Yes. You want to customize? Yes, please. Need to remember which way we go. Do we go this way round? Or this way? I can never tell. So I'm going to work it out and I'll be back with you. Well, there's a reason why I rarely use this stick. So I'd loaded probably 90 young boars into the stick. Sounds odd. But I was coming over here, hit a pig, and this thing just flung off and ended up in the middle over here. But it appears to have lost the animals. Now, I didn't have to reset it, so I'm a bit miffed at that. So we're 90 boars down. So I think for now this can just be, and yeah, so we have space. We have an empty pen. Mildly annoying. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort the straw out for that shed there, and then yeah, I'll probably come back in on the next episode when we're doing the finishing the field prep, etc, etc. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We are well on the way to 1,000 pigs now. So yeah, hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Welcome back to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. So, we have been relatively busy since the last episode. So what we have done is, we'll just pause here for 1 second. We have finished the ploughing and the cultivating in 17. I didn't plough 15. I thought I'd just try that with the cultivator, and it worked a dream. When I came over to 24 and did the mulching, it was still leaving patches. Now, whether that's the canola stubble or perhaps even the mulcher maybe skipping a bit, it was still leaving patches. So to avoid the issue that we had previously, I have ploughed this as well. But yeah, I think I'm hoping, whether it's just a sort of hangover from the realistic weather and the effect that that had on the crops, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully if we get round to re-drilling the fields again after this time, and the prep that is required, we should just be able to mulch and then cultivate. So that is the plan. Now, I've had a bit of a realisation. We don't actually need to plant canola. Because we've got the sunflowers, that will suffice for that food group. So what we can do is add into the rotation this field as either grain, which is probably what we're going to go for, or corn. Now, in the interest of getting things planted in a timely manner, we'll probably put a grain in here, I think, this time. And then we'll do corn on corn again in the other two fields that are left to harvest. I think that works as a plan. So, to that end, I'm going to get the cultivating done. We're then going to grab the drill and, yeah, start some seeding. I decided to use the Valtra in its non-front loader condition, just because we haven't really. So it matches the horsepower of the drill perfectly. So 2 bags of solid fert. Now we do have seeds in the pallet storage. That's fine. Now where do we want to go first? Let's head over the road and get that done. Come on. I hope this is not going to be an issue with gear changes. Otherwise, we will be swapping out for the John Deere. It should be alright. It's flat field. It's a flat field. Right then. So, let us unfold. We are going for barley, which I'm pretty sure... Ah, yeah. Really? Right. Change of plan. We'll leave that there. Wrong button. There we go. Right. I shall see you in September. So we are into September, and it's been a rather busy morning, so I've moved a load of the pigs around, and I did have it on my calculator a minute ago. We're up to... Come on, where are you? We are up to... I've lost it. 800 and something pigs. Yes, exactly. So there isn't going to be long left in this series. But I'm conscious that we still have a loan to pay off. And I want to be able to keep the pigs alive until we hit that magical 1,000 number. Now, I did have a very good suggestion from Eagles as to say, why didn't you just modify the capacity of the barn rather than putting down the outdoor pen? Yes, it's a very valid point. I did I did explain that I was mid-recording, so that thought hadn't really occurred to me. but it would have been a more sensible option. But anyway, the boars are in the outdoor pen, or the little piglet boars are in the outdoor pen. And yeah, like I say, we're up to around 800 and something now, which is ridiculous, really. It's just, I think we had another 100 and something born moving between August and September, and it's just, they're prolific. Now, I guess that's because I guess it feels that way because normally it's one piglet per pig, isn't it? Really, because we don't differentiate between the sexes in base game. So yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I knew it was going to get a point where if you were to plot it on a graph, it was going to go near enough vertical. But yes, all good. So I think the plan is, well, the plan definitely is, we are going to get this drilled and probably rolled. I've taken 2 bale wrapping contracts, as you will see, one of which put the old style MB track as the borrowed equipment. So we've taken that one, so we will use that in a little while. But yes, for now, I am going to get this all drilled, rolled, and I'll catch back with you in a little while, I think. So prepare for a bit of a random interlude. Now, it's been a few days since I've recorded the first few clips of this video. And rather, well, in a geek, nerdy kind of way, I was at a conference, and one of the sort of base of it is software simulations. And one of the companies presenting supply hydraulic hoses to, there was Komatsu and I think it was Rotney, I think, as well, amongst other sort of heavy equipment and such. But they showed a simulation very similar to the hoses in here. So you can see at the minute this is in this sort of folded position. When this extends, obviously these hoses move, and they can simulate the strains on the hoses, how they'll actually move and twist and all this lot. It was really interesting. And when this bit of kit popped up, I was like, oh, we've got those in game. So yeah, that was just a very brief interlude and a little bit of a nerdy insight into what I was up to during the week. So there we go. We have 838 pigs. I did the maths again. I didn't do the maths. I just got my calculator out and yeah, used that. So yeah, 838, which is ridiculous. So anyway, yes, brief interlude. Bit of a nerdy segment and an actual figure for the pigs. So I shall get the rolling done, and I shall see you when we start the contracts. So a little bit of time has passed, and I've done a few other contracts as well. So we did 3 hay contracts, because we can do those now, yes. And we have done 3 mowing contracts as well. So just had a bit of space, bit of time, space between recordings, time between recordings. So yeah, I thought, utilise that time. I have also drilled field 15 as well. So yeah, a little bit of productiveness. So if we go now to the little, sounds like a little put. Doesn't sound overly powerful, but should be alright for bale wrapping. So we'll get these 2 done. And that'll probably be us for an episode, I think. Now, we do have the other field left to drill. I can't remember what the number is. But I'm in no rush. I haven't looked at when we're due more piglets, but I have a worry that we will very rapidly hit our 1,000 pig target now. And yeah, so I've had a bit of a discussion on the YouTube channel members and Patreon section of Discord. Links in the description below and the join button below the video if you're interested in supporting the channel. And the feeling is to, once we have hit that number, sell all the pigs, see what we've made. We'll deduct an amount for, in inverted commas, taxes, and then potentially use that amount to transfer to a new save game when I decide to start one. And I quite like that idea. I'm intrigued to know how much 1,000 pigs, or whatever we do end up with, is going to be worth, because as we know from previous selling of the boars, it's a tiny amount, and that was just for like 13 at a time. So yeah, I'm quite intrigued by that, but we've got a little while yet, hopefully, before we hit that point. So yeah, I'll crack on, get this one done, and I'll see you in the next field, which hopefully is just in front of us. So as we start the second of the 2 fields, that's because there's 2, that's why it's the second one. Save the date. Saturday the 11th of October, 1 PM. The Country Trust live stream event is going to be starting, and there is a whole host of creators. There's going to be challenges. It should be a absolutely brilliant time, and yeah, raising money for a very good cause. So you'll have seen, hopefully, Mr. C mention it in his videos, and there is a post on my Discord about it. Yeah, it's going to be a great afternoon, and hopefully one where we all have a bit of fun and, like I say, raise some cash for a very worthwhile cause at the same time. So yes, very much looking forward to that. And yeah, we are not going to be long in this field. Money is looking good. We might not pay any off the loan this time. What I'm thinking of doing is, next episode, we will get the remaining field, which is 17. Aha, I can see it on the screen. That's why I know what it is. Drilled. We will potentially sell the honey. I need to double check as well what we've got going on at the BGA, because that has been being fed with potatoes, manure. I haven't done any slurry because it takes an absolute age to load the tanker. But yes, we might have some methane and electric charge and whatnot to sell, so that should hopefully be a decent little boost to the money as well. And if we can get the loan paid off without having to use the funds from the selling of the pigs, then that would be an absolute bonus. But yeah, I'm wanting to get that paid off separately from everything else that we're doing, just to give an accurate representation of the money that you would make if you sold 1,000 or over 1,000 pigs. But yeah, that's the plan with that. So on that note, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I certainly have. It's gone a bit of a different way than I probably initially intended, but we've used a bit of different kit, and yeah, first use of the MB tracks. Yeah, this sort of thing, they seem perfectly adequate. Anything else with a bit more weight on the back? I don't know, not so sure on that one, but we can, I'm sure we'll get to use them in different episodes, and hopefully on different series as well. So yes, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, leave a like and subscribe if you are new, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Take care. Welcome back. to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. So we are picking up near enough straight after the last episode, not only time-wise but in tasks that we are doing. So the electric charge, the electric charge is set to selling, so hopefully 2 o'clock we'll get a lovely influx of cash, which we can then hopefully finish paying off the loan. We have the drill over there waiting to put barley in field 17, and we have now finished, there we go, rolling of field 15. So I mean in a way it's, I suppose, a little bit pointless in us doing this. However, I want to leave it in a state that somebody could, you know, let's pretend for a moment. There we go. Let's pretend that somebody's going to pick this farm up after we've finished and they want a crop. So, yes, leave it, leave the place better than we found it. Now, I have had a very quick scroll through the pigs. And I think if we sleep, we could be very near to, if not over, our target. So hence why I have not advanced a great deal of time, and the fact that we're just continuing on at maybe a slightly slower pace than we could have sort of done. We probably could be done and, you know, move on. But I didn't want to rush it. You know, we've worked at a reasonable pace through the whole series. And, yeah, I don't want to rush the ending of it. So hence why we're going to get to field 17 here, drilled, rolled, and then we'll see what time we're on. And, yeah, if we need to advance, then we will. But, yeah, I want to get this drilled, rolled, and then we'll take it from there. Well, a tidy little income from the electric charge, so not too shabby. That'll get us, what, 35 grand off the loan. I mean, we might be at a point whether we can just pay the 50k and then 80-ish grand probably is enough if we do have to go through another day or so in game. To feed the pigs. We've got quite a bit of food around us, so we should be okay. So what I might do is just pause there for 1 second and let's get the loan gone. So super. So 6 grand left. Absolute job's a good one. And yeah, that's sort of, let's get that lifted up. Oh, I've just raised the, we want that one. There we go. I'd lowered the front weight as well, which is not good at all. That will not be conducive to us making progress through the field. So let's get lined up. I'll crack on, get the headlands done. Not much left to do. And then, yeah, we'll see where we're at. I mean, do we just bite the bullet now and get this done and then sleep straight away? Could be a valid option. I'm excited, to be fair. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than it has. I mean, this is episode 27 now, so it's been a fair while, but yeah, we could be nearly done. So with just over 4 passes left to go, I did have to buy another big bag of fert, but no real issue with that. So what we are going to do, and I have decided, is we are going to get this drilled, get it rolled. Might use horseplay for the rolling. we will go and pick up the honey, get that sold, and then we'll sleep and then go from there. Because if we've hit the 1,000, then we'll sell all the pigs. If we haven't, we'll just carry on. There's no drama with that. I'm not precious about it. I'm not trying to get it done and finished and rushed. So yeah, so that's the plan. So finish the seeding, set the rolling off, go and pick the honey up, get that sold, and then sleep, and we'll take it from there. So in a an attempt to make life difficult for myself, I thought, you know what, rather than either auto loading these or super strength, I thought, you know what, we'll just, for 8 pallets, we might as well try and do it ourselves. So, ooh, yeah, beauty. I always find that manual transmissions are not the easiest of... There we go. Come on, off there. There we go. Are not the easiest of transmissions to work with when doing sensitive movements. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we've rather than course play, not that there's anything wrong with course play, I drove the headlands myself for the rolling, and then set it on a base game worker. Ooh. See, now my foot's on the brake. Come on. And then not that one over. There you go. And yeah, just set it to do the up and down rows, and it has worked surprisingly quickly, to be fair, although this is taking an inordinate amount of time. So carefully does it. Oh, there we go. Straight out. There we are. Right, let's try and I think we're probably better off picking the single pallet up, dropping that on the trailer. I mean, we're not going to win any points for neatness here, but it's the, you know, 10 out of 10 per effort. There we go. Come on. Super. Right. I shall grab the remaining pallet, and we'll find a sell point, I think. But a quick look at the price list, and we are best off here at the farmer's market. I didn't even see the lamppost there. Oh dear. Come on, are we going to get round? Yes. Loads of room. It was a little Austin Powers-esque trying to get the trailer turned around without driving through the cornfield, but we managed it. So I'm not expecting mega bucks from this, but oh, it's going to be round the other. Is it round the other side? I think it might be. Oh, maybe not. There doesn't appear to be a trigger. Let's just do one thing and back up. There we go. Thought it might be there. Fair play. So up to 92 grand. Right, what is the best way out of here? I'll say best. Easiest is probably it's probably what we're looking for, isn't it? Let's go this way. Right, so I will retrieve the... Ooh. Come on, there we go. Retrieve the Steyr and the roller from field 17. Come on, gears. And put that away nice and tidily. I will double check that the pigs all have enough food, and we shall sleep And yeah, see how we get on. So with the pigs all fed, the magic number we're looking for to pop up is 162. Ooh, 79. So we can carry on, we can continue. This is not the last episode, which I'm actually quite pleased about, to be fair, because I do enjoy playing on the map. So what are we, how are we for food? Let's go back on. Fine. You did a bit of grain potentially, but let's have, where do we want to be? We want to be here. So yes, 93 auto, yeah, that's okay. Big stone large. What I might do is just spend a little bit of time moving a few of the pigs about, balancing up the stocks, and then we don't need to drill anything else. We could potentially just looking to see if there's anything half interesting about contracts wise. Not really. So we might well, let's have a look. That's going to be October for the corn. Yeah, October. Maybe I will move the pigs about, and then what we'll do is we'll sleep again, because that might tip it over. We'll have a look. We'll wing it. So right, I shall start moving some piglets. So in a slight change to what I was not planning to do, I guess, what I've decided to do is, if I just move these, and then if we take a look at our pig monitor, you'll see I've maxed out the one shed, and I've put 100 in. Well, I haven't put 100, I put another 7 into sort of the open pasture. So that means we've got 600, 917. So we need 917, 83 more piglets to hit our target. So if I did that, it makes it just a little bit easier. Once that hits 400, boom, jobs are good and we are done. So that's the plan, and I think that we're going to leave it here for today, because I haven't looked. I am relatively confident that sleeping in even into September 3, we will be up there, if not already. We'll be up to and close. Moving into October, it's going to be a done deal, I think. So my plan is to pause it here, and then we'll probably restart. Well, I will restart from the same day. We'll sleep, wake up in September 3, do the maths, and we'll go from there. So yeah, a bit of a weird ending to the episode. It's probably quite a short one. I know that'll upset some people with some stupid comment that I had today. But nah, whatever, never mind. It is what it is. People have free speech. But yeah, and the algorithm loves a comment. So, big thank you to the YouTube channel members and the Patreons. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dutch Pig Farmer series here on Klein Friesland. So, same day as the last episode, in which we said that we were going to have a little sleep and then go from there. But I thought, you know what? We've not really, let's get the time fixed. We've not really made the most of the day, have we, really? So why not do a few contracts? Top the old bank balance up for the person that will follow, in inverted commas. Right. So we can turn off the old flashers. There we go. Fire up the mower, which does get slightly loud. Now, I haven't used, one, this mower, and two, this this MB track. I actually quite like this. For mowing, it seems pretty good. Decent sound to it. What was I going to press then? Relatively nice sounding horn as well. Horns are important when you drive like I do. So let's get lowered down and off we go. I do like as well how the in-game worker, well, not worker, GPS, the GPS's picks up the offset. That is rather nicely done. Now we need to try not to drown the leased or borrowed equipment, should I say. The only thing with this is it does have a little bit of a mind of its own when reversing, but that's probably the lack of skill of the operator. It's sort of a dolly-esque offset malarkey, isn't it? Whoa, there we go. So it's been a while of recording, so I've got 2 episodes sort of done. It's just having the time to sit and edit them, really. So yeah, hence the sort of lack of content. So yes, apologies. It won't appear like, well, it will appear like there has been, because there's been like a 2-week gap. But yeah, it's just this thing in life called work. It really does get in the way of making videos. But all good. There we go. Can't grumble. Hopefully things will now settle down a bit, back to normal-ish, as normal as things ever get, really. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, I am making the assumption, and we all know what happens when you make assumptions. They are the mother of all. But I think we will, in this episode, get to 1,000 pigs, which has taken, I think when I loaded in, it was about 72 hours worth of play. I think it was something like that. So not horrendous, really. Obviously helped by the realistic livestock mod, because if you tried to do it with base game, oh, you'd be here for absolute donkey's years. That was absolutely perfect against that gate. Haha. So yes, so that'll be the sort of not the end of Klein Friesland, because the map still lives on, and you know, is still it's still quite a cool map for me. Both versions really of the game. Well, not both versions of the game. Both versions of the map. The 22 version and the 25. Because we did. Did we do a live stream on the? We did. I'm pretty sure we did. And we did one during the release days, or the days coming up to the release of 25, I think. Pretty sure. Didn't I do 2? Wasn't there one on Calmston and one on Klein Friesland, I think? So anyway, you know, I've sort of followed it around, or it's followed me, whichever way you want to look at it. So yeah, I'm going to miss playing on it, and what I'm tempted to do, come on, a little bit more, there we go, is probably go in and change the capacities of the sheds, like I probably should have done in the first place, to be honest, and just keep going, maybe, as a personal save. You know, because I do like the map. I like the way we set it up. I've liked the challenge of it all. So yeah, I might well keep it as a personal save, I think. But yeah, so there will be focusing a little bit more on what's it called, Saxlingham. Yeah, he said Saxthorpe then, but that was 22. And yeah, just do that save for a bit, and then see what grabs our fancy, really. I've got to a point now on Saxlingham where I do need to do some level of recording. There's only so much sort of, I guess, behind the scenes work you can do without making it look like, you know, you've jumped through 18 months. So yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Like I've said right at the start, are we saving or are we just lagging? When I started this, you know, Saxlingham, that this map would, and this series would have priority because I'd started this and I wanted to see it through and get it, you know, to a point where we completed the challenge. And, you know, it's, yeah, and we are now at that point. So it was always going to take priority, this series, and Saxlingham would fit in around, you know, if I had extra time for recording. But seeing as I've had no time to record at all, it's kind of taken a back seat. But we will get to it. We will get to it. Right. I am going to do this last headland, and I'll probably see you in the next field, which is field 40. It is worthwhile saying, I do apologise, I should have said this at the start. I did a cultivating contract and we did a mowing contract before this one. Hence why we've got this kit. You probably cottoned onto that already, because you're not daft. You're not daft, you lot. So, right, I shall see you in a moment. Well, into field 40. And I quite like this rig. I think it just takes a little bit of getting used to. And I've sort of realised that, ever so close to the edge there, that I should be trying not to drive over the grass that's not been cut. So, yeah, hence why we are attempting this way round. I guess it makes sense. I don't know why it occurred to me. I think I was doing the up and down roads. I was like, oh, I'm crushing this. Now, whether that would have an effect in real life, I guess potentially it would. But yeah, I've just thought, you know what, we'll give it a whirl, and it's not horrendous. I don't quite know why the GPS lines have not come up. I've done them. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Haha, as if by magic. To be fair though, I don't think we need them, so we'll just hide those for now. So I think the plan is, once we've done this contract, we will collect them all. That should take us up around 100 grand. Which at that point then I think we will probably sleep and we'll go from there. Like I said before, I am going to look to sell all of the pigs just to see how much money we could make. Now, it won't be the maximum because some of them will be newborn and be worth very little. But yes, that's the plan. So I shall crack on, get this done, and then I'll see you when we collect on the contracts, I think. So last slither in the field, and job's a good one. Super duper. Like I said, I did quite like that that setup. And I know that you can position the mower to either the left or straight behind the tractor, but yeah, I quite like the way that it intends for us to fold it out. Right, so let's leave that there. We'll head over here and close the gate, and then we can collect on these. Huh? Oh, £99,101. So let's now, so everybody's happy, let's go. Where do we want to be? We want to be here. Right. The moment of truth. So I need to remind myself how many we need. Do I? No, we'll just go for it. Do you know what? Fortune favours the brave. So a nice early early night at 10 minutes past, well, 9 minutes past 11. There we go. Now I will leave the recording going, so let's see how many we end up with. Ooh, there we go. Won't be long now. 36 piglets were born. So, give me a minute and I'm going to go and do some counting. Well, we are now sat at 953. So not quite, but I've had a quick scroll down through the hundreds of pigs that we've got, and there's quite a few that are at that point where they could give birth tomorrow. So I mean, it's imminent now, really. We do need to purchase some corn and feed the grain. Excuse the dancing trailer. There we go. So yeah, if we take a look, they were out of grain. We need corn. I think. Yeah, so what we might do is do probably 2 trailer loads, I think, just to be on the safe side. So that's going to hit the money a little bit. But yeah, I was rather unsure whether we would get to whether we would complete today, basically. So yeah, it seems that we are going for a little longer. We might even get a chance to harvest the corn, which wouldn't be a bad thing, to be fair. So let's get this lot. Are we going to get around? Oh, beautiful. So I shall do this load of corn in here, and we'll get another load in, and then we'll see how we're doing for time, I think. So another load of corn purchased, and I think that should do us, because I'm hoping that if we have a look at corn, yeah, next month, hopefully. So I think what I'm going to do, so there's a piece of equipment that, depending on who you watch in the farming simulator world, you may have seen that the Mr. Mark Thor is back. He has revived his PC and has very quickly, I must say, got the class combine into 25. So I think the only logical thing to do is, one, close this gate. Close this gate. There we go. We are going to... I need to load it in. So I am going to leave the game, load in the mod, and we are going to demo it. Okay, play along. So what will happen is I am going to sleep to October. Hopefully the corn will be ready, and we'll go from there. I am not going to look at the amount of pigs. I would like to get the corn done. So that is the plan. See you in mere seconds. We're harvesting, and this is just as good as I remember it being. We have gone for the 10,000 litre capacity. We have gone for a 6 metre header. We have super tuned the engine to a whopping 360 horsepower, I think it is. Just because, you know, we didn't want to run into issues with powering the header. So, you know, that's my excuse. 9 mile an hour working speed. Yeah, that gets the nod of approval. Because I don't want to be forever harvesting. Forever? No, it's Forever Young, isn't it? That's the song. You know, I don't want to rush it, but still, we need to crack on because, you know, I'm intrigued as to. Whoa, that was a bit of a snap on the old steering wheel there. I broke my wrist. Oh, yeah, want to get through it. You know, we've got piglets to count. So I am going to get the headlands done. I mean, the yield, touch wood, looks relatively alright. And anything now is going to be used for feed, as we know. So it saves us buying it, is what I'm getting at. Money's gone down. Obviously, we've leased this. I haven't just, like, spawned it in and added the money back in, that sort of thing. So we have paid for it. But yes, so what I'm going to do is I'll get the headlands done, and I shall see you on the up and down rows. This thing is just, it's such a joy to have back. It really, really is. Thank you, Mr. Thor. So second unload done, and it's just I love this combine. I really do. Spent an inordinate amount of hours in it off camera, I'd just like to add, in 22 on I want to say Maypole. I think it was Maypole Farm. So that was Disturbed's series he did on there, where he's sort of farming through the ages, farming through the decades. And yeah, we used to, I think we had a couple of these. We used to go around, obviously, through combining and contracts and stuff. Yeah, yeah, so got some serious hours in these rigs. It is brilliant. It's just, you know, I know there's loads of combines, but it's just, you know, something different, isn't it? And because it's the Ford-based livery, I think it looks good. It looks really good. So yeah, big thank you again, buddy, for sending it over. I'm glad I got a chance to use it. It's yeah, absolutely thrilled with it so far. Now 3,000. So yeah, we're gonna have plenty to get through here. Might as well just open up the field while we can. But yeah, nice looking, relative bit patchy yield, but nevertheless all good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this field, and then I will see you across the way over there in our big cornfield. But we're doing alright so far. I reckon we're going to have possibly 40,000 litres ish off here, where we're going, which you know, is rather good. So, I shall catch you very shortly in the next field. So, not quite the 40,000 I was hoping for, but nevertheless, not too shabby. 35,396, which is decent. I'm happy with that. Wish I could remember what we'd harvested previously off that field, because I doubt it would be that much. Okie dokie, lovely jubbly. So, let's get this through the tree. We'll get it parked up relatively close to the field. And then we can crack on. I mean, this is... I don't think I've ever not looked forward to harvesting a field. But this specific corner, it is going to be horrendous. If you don't know why, we had a fire, which was the sort of the last straw in the realistic weather's life cycle, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh dear, never mind. Right. Headlands to be done. I shall catch up with you in a little while, and yeah, we'll see exactly how we're getting on. Like I say, this particular corner is not exactly going to be high yielding, is it? I thought I'd bring you back in just as we go into the area of the damage. Yeah, it's mildly upsetting, if I'm honest. It's just, yeah. Thing is, it's done with, isn't it? Now you can't change it. It's just one of those things, isn't it? I suppose. But we have unloaded twice, I think. Which is not too shabby. I mean, look at the utter devastation. I have opened up the field as well a little bit, but yeah, I thought I'd just show you the fire damage. It's yeah, I guess it's one of those things, isn't it, really? I said it before, you know, whereas we get a very what's the word, well, narrow path, I guess you'd say, where the fire passes. If it was, you know, real life, it would be, you know, you'd probably risk losing the majority of the field, which obviously is significantly worse. And we are just playing a video game, so yeah, can't get too upset about it. If we were to be sort of having to go many more months, then yeah, it would have really done my head in. But we haven't. You know, if anything, we've got, yeah, days left, haven't we? So, right, yeah, 2 unloads done, 20,000 litres, so we'll get that one tipped in, and yeah, just crack on. I tell you something, that extra 3 miles an hour working speed is just awesome. You do tend to, yeah, you fly through it. It really is good. It just, you know, you don't want to be sat harvesting for hours on end, do you? Maybe you do, I don't know. But yes, an extra 3 miles an hour is an absolute godsend, Mr. Thor. So, we'll get this unloaded. That's the word I'm looking for. Get the combine unloaded. And the other thing is, well, it's a very quick unload, which is awesome. And yeah, it's nice to use new stuff, isn't it? Or different stuff, should I say. Right, let's pull this out of the way. Ooh, a bit of wheel slip there. There we go. I have parked all the other vehicles because we just want to be having between these two. Turn that back on. And crack on with the rest of the field. So I've jumped forward quite a bit on the old harvesting, because I'm quite aware that by now you'll have realised this is a longer episode than you're probably used to for this series. I just really, yeah, I wanted to sort of not condense is definitely the wrong word. Get the series finished off in this episode. So I probably could have made it into 2, but I didn't want to. So yeah, we're having a feature-length episode today, which yeah, I hope you're all right with. So we have emptied the trailer once, so that was 37,500 litres. Why are you just stood there? Yeah, is this the sort of side where there's a very... Yeah, there's going to be a strip of shame, isn't there? Never mind. We are about 32, I want to say, 1,000 litres in the trailer now, so probably going to fill that, which is no bad thing. I wasn't sure. Lower down quickly. There we go. There we go. Get on the course. I wasn't sure how much we'd get, and after the last field, I thought I'm not even going to bother guessing this time. I shall, yeah, just roll with it. I am going to have to come back and get those bits. Probably the 10 litres of corn that there is there. But yeah, not a bad yield at all. I am very pleased. It's an interesting difference, I think, with obviously the moisture and stuff from realistic weather, just back to sort of playing normally, I suppose you'd say, as normally as I do play. But yeah, all good, nearly done. So not more than I thought off that last block. There we go. I shall run and grab these, and then we will... Oh yeah, look, you can see by the lines here that it would have been probably a one stalk pass, which, never mind. Let's get that. There we go. So yes, I'll grab these few bits. I'll catch back with you. We're probably going to fill the trailer, I would imagine. Yeah, and we'll do a bit of a total up. So we have filled the trailer, as you will see. We had 993, yeah, 993 litres left in the combine. So that went straight into one of the pig sheds. So off that field, we got nearly 70, so 37, 60, 74, 75, nearly 76,000 litres, which is pretty darn good, I think. So, what we will do is let that tip as she saves. Job's a good one. Lovely. We will pull this around here. Knock that off very unrealistically whilst the trailer was still lowering. We shall pull round here. There we go. Right. Aha. So. I probably should have done this at the start, but... the number that we were looking for in here was to be anything from 400 plus. We have done it, people. We have done it. So 600 in these, and we've got 413 in there. So we have got 1,013 pigs. That has been epic. Yeah, I'm relatively pleased with that. So let's remember £74,000, euros, dollars, and yeah, we'll sell them all. So hopefully what we can do is... Can we do it from here? No, we can't. That's an absolute noob thing to say. So if we get ourselves down to Le Trigger, which is here. Yes. So I'll tell you what we'll do first. We will just, to be on the safe side, I know it's just saved itself, but if it crashes, we can come back in. So let's do select all and oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Select none. Right, we want to be here, don't we? That's the one. So, select all and cell selected. Oh, wow. 244,000. There we go. Now, there we are. So we'll now leg it. Doo-doo-doo. We'll start with the little ones over here. And I think we're about here. Yes. Select all. And... oh, because the trailer's in the way. Ugh. Come on. No. There we go. Let's pull you around out the way. And go back around here. Smooth operation. Right. That's better. Select all. Cell selected. Not bad. Super. Right. Out of there. Over. Start this side. And then we want to select all, cell selected, 41,000. Nice. So we are 300,000 up so far. And then in here, make sure we're on the right one. Select all, cell selected. Wow. That is epic. So 510,000 euros. Not bad, really. In fact, we could get an accurate number from finances. And let's look for sold animals. Sold animals. 508,000. That is epic. So that's it. Very big thank you, firstly, to Marnux Mapping for a fantastic map, mate. You are seriously talented. Thank you to Eagles for the modified tractors. Thank you to Smock for helping with some of the equipment and pulling me up on the South American planter. And thank you to everyone for watching. I have really, really enjoyed this series. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.